Alright, it's new parts day, so I'm excited to see what we got in the box here. But we also got a replacement rear disc brake and a replacement ignition coil, new exhaust gaskets or exhaust donuts, and then we've got some of these rubber bushings to replace because I noticed that our rear brake disc back there is cracked and we were missing the little rubber gasket here to keep the muffler quiet, keep that from rattling. So we've got a new gasket for here and up on the engine. Over here in the box we've got the piston and our cylinder. Should be our cylinder in here and our piston in here. Alright, so our cylinder and our piston head, we're ready to go ahead and install this, so let's get right to it. There's a few things you're going to want to remove off the old cylinder. You'll want to take off this guide pin, and you'll want these two pins here. Your coolant line here, which is 90 that goes to your coolant line, you'll want that screw. If you don't have a replacement pin for this, sometimes these can get rusted in and get stuck in there because they are a steel pin. So you can pick up a new pin. Some of those pins, if you don't have spares lying around, we'll go ahead and slide those in. And you'll also need a new O-ring for your coolant line right here. So you'll put those two nuts on like we did to remove the nuts for the head when we sanded it down, and pop those pins out of there. If you don't have spare pins, this is how you'll reuse these pins. Alright, we're going to put our piston head with this arrow. There's a little arrow indicated on here. That will go to the front of the engine, the exhaust side. So exhaust is coming out the front. Then you've got 3 rings on here. This bottom one, you're not really going to adjust any. This top ring, the gap on that is going to go towards the exhaust, towards the front. Then on the second ring in the middle, that is going to go, that has a gap back here. You're going to put it to the back side. Then we can go ahead and slip this onto our crankshaft. Make sure that pin is seated in the groove. Then you'll just install the little circlip that holds the piston pin in. Alright, we got the gasket and we got our piston. Make sure that you've got these nuts removed over here. We can slip on our cylinder. You'll want to lubricate this with a little bit of oil around in here, just so it will slide on better. So the bottom ring you won't adjust really any. Second ring up, the gap is going to be at the back, and then the top ring, the gap is going to be at the front. Alright, I wiped some oil in the cylinder, so that'll help it slide on a lot better. And I forgot I had a ring compressor, but you can just push the rings into the cylinder as you install it. I just slip one side of the ring into the cylinder and then work it around and slowly slide that, pushing the cylinder down. Then you should be able to push the cylinder down a little bit further to get it in there. Then you're going to slip your cam chain through the cylinder. Helps if you have a copper wire or something, you can grab it through there. Make sure you put in your 2 alignment pins for the cylinder. Those align this side, and then you've got those studs on the other side to align the other side. So when you rotate the crankshaft around, it should pull the piston down with it, so make sure you got your cylinder lined up before you do that, otherwise it'll pop the rings back out. Rotate that around, let it pull the piston down and your cylinder together, so you can push it down onto the crankcase. Alright, it should slip down easily like that. If it's not moving easily, then you just check what's binding up. But if you don't have a ring compressor, you can do this just with your bare hands. I just pinched them in there and got it started, worked it around to the other side, cam chain through, and then these cylinder nuts over here to snug this down. You just want to finger tighten. You don't even need these to be snug. Just get them on there. Then you're gonna snug everything down with your head bolts before you tighten these up. Put all our stuff on the cylinder. Got our little guide pin here. These 2 pins here. Grab 2 10mm nuts that you pulled off the head somewhere, and you can put those together to snug the pins down into the cylinder. Then you've got this cam chain guide here. Then we're going to slip that into the cylinder and it will fit right down into this notch. Next you want to pull the nuts off the head so we can install that. And this gasket here slips right on top. Pull our cam chain through that. Alright, then we can slip our cylinder head on. I'm going to grab a copper wire and slip it through here so I can grab my cam chain. Got that. And then you've got these rubber gaskets in each of these slots here. Make sure your gaskets all stay on there as you slip this on. Alright, you want to line up the head bolts. Make sure you don't bump those little rubber gaskets. Slide that right down and seat it down onto the cylinder. Now make sure you've got your gasket and your cam chain guide in there before you set this on. 3 nuts to put on here, 2 up here in the front. Again, don't tighten these down, just get them snug on here. 1 back here on the back. And you've got 2 over here on the side. Alright, then you've got the cylinder head bolts. And grab your torque wrench, and we're going to alternate back and forth, crisscross pattern, and in 10-pound increments we're going to go 10, 20, 30, 40 up to 40 foot-pounds on these 4 bolts. Once I get up to 20, I'm going to go down to 5-pound increments just so it evens out. So we're at 10. We're just going to snug these all down. Alright, now we're up to 25 foot-pounds. Now we're at 35 foot-pounds. And if you read the service manual, it'll say 10-pound increments up to 40 pounds. But then if you read the tech specifications at the top, it'll say 38 foot-pounds. So this is the worst time to drop anything down in the engine, down this slot, or in your spark plug hole. Alright, now you can snug down all of your little 10mm nuts, your 13mm nut on the back. Alright, all these little 10mm nuts will all be 8 foot-pounds, torqued down to 8 foot-pounds. This one back here on the back is to 18 foot-pounds. Make sure your cam chain is tightened in there. We're going to pull our inspection plug over here. I want that mark in there to line up here. Loop your cam chain so it will spin. We're going to rotate this until we are at top dead center with our piston. Rotating the engine forward. So there we've got our mark in there. We've got our cam chain connected to our camshaft down there. So this is on the gears. And I'm going to quickly just hold this cam chain off to the side real quick. And we're going to want to lubricate each of these spaces here for our camshaft with just a little bit of oil. Just put a dab of oil on each of these surfaces. Grab your camshaft and we'll also run some oil. So lube each of these surfaces on your camshaft. You want to pull these bolts out here. And make sure you have red Loctite handy. We're going to place this in here. We want our lobes to be facing down This will be lobes up, and this is our lobes down. So we want them in the down position. We can set that on there, but we're also going to loop our chain through here. Pull this off the pin and drop it down into this slot here. Make sure you have tension on your cam chain so that doesn't come loose. You can pull that, loop that around. Alright, so with our lobes down like this position, we should have this line here lined up with the cylinder head. Here should just slip right onto your pin there. Now these should still be lined up, and your mark over here in the inspection plug should be visible right there on that mark. So make sure that is lined up. Make sure these marks are lined up with the cylinder head, and then you can slip this onto the pin. That should keep everything in line. We're going to just slip this in to hold this first. I'm not going to put red Loctite on it just yet. I'm going to put this washer in here to hold this down. Just snug that on there. We don't want to turn our crankshaft at all yet because we've got no tension on the cam chain. And then we're going to slip in the cam chain tensioner. So pull that bolt off the back. Get a small screwdriver that will fit in there, just a straight blade, and then screw this tensioner back to pull the tension on it. Insert that. Let's hold that tension on your flat blade screwdriver. Tighten up these Torx bolts. And before we let go of this, I'm going to double check, make sure I've got my timing mark over here in the inspection plug. Make sure my marks are lined up here with the cylinder head, and my cam chain is all connected. You can feel it in there. Then we can let off here. That will put tension on our cam chain. Then I'm going to rotate this around. I'm going to go all the way around. Gear compression. This is turning with the camshaft down there. So you'll know you're at top dead center again when your valve lobes here are facing down, and you've got this lined up here. So our cam chain tensioner is putting tension on that to keep that line. And I can put red Loctite on these and tighten those down. Snug down this bolt back here. And don't forget your camshaft key here. I'm going to slip that into the slot here. Alright, now grab your red Loctite. Stick that on your bolts. Thread that in there. I'm going to tighten this down. Just snug it down. Then rotate our crankshaft around so we can get to our other bolt. Pull that one that we had snugged in here before. Make sure not to drop it down in there. Put red Loctite on that as well. Slip that into our hole. And then we'll tighten these down and torque them to 11 foot-pounds. Then rotate around to our other bolt and tighten that. Rotate back around. Then you'll bend these tabs over here. Rotate around to the other tab. Then we've got our tabs bent over. Those are like extra precaution tabs so these bolts don't come out. Rotate back around so we're at top dead center. Cam lobes down. The marks here should be level. For this you'll need your cap and your top. Make sure this surface here is clean. Alright, we're ready to go on with our top cap. Got this all cleaned up here, and we've got our top cap all cleaned up. I have a picture for reference just so you know where all these screws go around here, because they are all varying sizes. And then you've got your 4 here in the middle. But if you ever pull your top cap off, this is the orientation all those screws go in so you don't get them mixed up, because that can kind of be easy to do once you pull them all off and you don't know where they all go. We've got the pins on the cylinder head, and we've got all these valves here, so it's a lot easier. This all here is smooth, so then we can put our gasket maker on. While we've got an incomplete smooth surface, go around, get a nice bead on there. Then we'll just flip this cap, stick it on, and snug down our screws, and we'll be ready to go. And we'll go ahead and place that on. You'll have to hold your rockers up slightly so you can get it on there. So slip that straight on. Let your rockers down, get your alignment pins on. Before you get it all the way down, I like to slip in this cap over here, slip that on there. Put in your bolts. Now there are sliders that hold the valve rockers in that have a little slot for the 4 inner bolts. You may have to line those up, so grab a small screwdriver to help you line those up, then you can just snug those bolts in there finger tight. And then this silicone has to set for an hour before we tighten everything down on the top. So just get all your bolts in, finger tight. Got that picture for you, I'll throw it up here. If you've got your bolts out of order, you think they might be out of order, this is the order they go in on the head. These two over here, give it a long one over here, a short one over here, a short one here, and a long one here. Get these all finger tight. We'll let this set up for an hour. Then we'll come back and we'll tighten these all down to our torque specs. Alright, all those are finger tight. I'm going to go ahead and slip my caps on just so I keep any dirt out of the engine. Snug those on too. That will just keep any dirt out while we've got it setting here. Alright, make sure you got a spark plug in, your timing inspection plug in. All these are finger tight. We'll let this set for an hour. And then on our intake here, I'm just going to throw a rag over so we keep all the dirt out. And we'll come back and tighten it all up down to torque specs. Alright, the torque specs for the H1 engine on the cylinder head cap screws to the crankcase are 40 foot-pounds. The cylinder head nut, which is the 6mm ones with the 10mm nuts on them, those are 8 foot-pounds. The cylinder head nut on the back, that 13mm nut, is an 18 foot-pound. Our valve cover, the cylinder head, is going to be 8.5 pound. Alright, back after an hour, just tighten these down. You're going to crisscross these, same way we did the head bolts. Crisscross these bolts as you tighten them down. Then we'll go around the exterior bolts. Get them snug down. Then go around, snug these down. Alright guys, that's how to do a complete top-end install on your ArcticCat H1 engines. Hopefully this video helps you guys out. Be sure to subscribe, follow along, and I'll catch you in the next one.